Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us with the Sony S5W, and I'll perform a daytime medium wave band scan. First we'll go over features, second I'll do a size comparison, and third I'll start cruising the daytime band. So here it is, this Sony. What makes it special? The S5 and the S5W have a rather long AM antenna inside there, and is known for great AM reception. It's got a linear scale for the AM band. If you look at the numbers, it's pretty neat for tuning. Of course, it's all analog and it sounds great. So let's look at it, the Sony. Okay, so you can find these on eBay still used, but they're rather expensive. I'll have links below. You can check it out, see if you can find a deal. It's worthy if you can pick one up cheap. Spot for a carry strap. Here we have an AM area selector. It's got a rotating dial. You can see the different positions it has. Standard is the frequency, and of course, the different zones you're in will show what stations were available in 1980. Yes, this radio was made in 1980. If you notice, this radio looks mint. Well, I was donated to the channel, brand new in the box. So if we rotate this little knob, you'll see the dial change and show different station IDs. Now I'm region 9. So if I bring it up to the camera, you can see we got WLS, WISN, there's WGN, there should be WBBM. There it is in the shadow a little bit. Get to see it there. Yeah, it's kind of all jammed together. Some see WLS. Some you don't see too much. WMAQ, WDSM. So yeah, definitely from 1980. Very cool. Loving that. So we're going to put this back to the standard one everybody's familiar with. So we'll go back down. Okay, cool. So on the front of the radio, you can see it's got some aluminum treatment. It's got a band indicator here, FM, AM. It lights up red, kind of a dim light, but it shows. AM linear dial scale, I was talking to you about that. Nice, smooth, easy to know where you're at. You'll notice here, FM band is 88 to 108 for the American band. Awesome. Loving it. My import didn't have that. It had a very short band. I only had like a little bit at the bottom of the band because the Japanese radios, they were like 76, I believe, to 92 or 90. And of course, we have our bottom medium wave. And of course, you saw that log scale there. You can bring it up to the camera again. Cool. Also, if you notice, this will have a lit up LED tuning indicator right on the dial indicator, which is really neat because it'll go green when you're out of tune and red when you're in tune. Down here, we have a metal speaker grill with a 4-inch speaker. It sounds fantastic. I love it. Nice bright tones on AM. We have a tone control, which is great at night. When you're trying to tune in those faint stations, you'll be going low on the tone. It's almost like a bandwidth filter in a sense. So I like the bright sound that it makes. Here we have our volume slider. These sliders are great. 1980 and they didn't need any cleaning. It's fantastic. Liking that. Sensitivity, selectivity, portability. Awesome. Right hand side of the radio, we have tuning knob, which is nice, smooth. I love the shiny treatment. Chrome makes it go fast. We have a outside ring here. We can select the AFC on or off for the FM. Then inside here we have the switch for the AM or FM band. Down here you'll see AM sensitivity, high and low, and then a spot for an AM external antenna. Earphone jack and DC input of 4.5 volts. Notice the typical Sony polarity is opposite. Sleeve is positive and the center pole is negative. So remember that if you're using one of those aftermarket ones. Power switch on top, which is handy. A whip antenna. This one extends out to a whopping 33 inches. Not bad. Going to the back of the radio, should show us some region information for North America. Beautiful. So you just pick the area you live in and you rotate that dial to where you want to listen to. So I'm in region 9. You can kind of see that there. And then, of course, over here, okay, it has the states and what region it would be in. There you go, number 9, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin. Beautiful. So if you were in New York, you would go, or New Jersey, number 2. Loving that. This thing's cool. There it is, Sony ICF-S5W. And it runs on 3C batteries. Yeah, it goes behind the door here. I don't really have to show you how they're in there. Just 3C batteries. Made in Japan. Beautiful. And my serial number. Yeah, this thing is just gorgeous radio. It's like mint. Now, the antenna inside is fairly long. I can't remember the exact dimensions, but you could probably look it up. But I think it extends like about this far. And it's on an angle just like that. It's not perfectly horizontal at the top of the radio. It's got a canted mount, which is really weird. But that's signature of this radio. Anywhere you look and you hear about that, it's shifted. So if you see me turning the radio off and on, I got to remember that the canted antenna cants in this direction. So it's canted to the left of the radio instead of the right. So instead of being center, it's like this in the cabinet. Why they chose to do that, I'm not sure. Maybe a room. Guessing for this tuning LED, tried to get away from that because I noticed this canting gives an area behind that LED. So maybe they were thinking of that. All right. So quick size comparison. Then we'll start cruising the band. CC Pocket in the house. 9:23 a.m. Central Daylight Time near Chicago, Illinois. Sunrise, I think, was around 6 or a little bit before 6. So we're about 3.5 hours in. We're okay. I have to do a little earlier band scans, but we're typically enough daylight where we're not going to run into evening stations. CC Skywave. Use this as a frequency checker if I get lost. I normally don't with these radios, but if I do, I have this handy. And of course, we have a deck of cards here. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He's a Sony fanboy like Todderbert is, man. Yeah, I'm a fanboy. Love this radio. Yeah, again, donated to the channel. Man, thank you, sir. This thing's awesome. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Showing the AM band. There's our light up tuning indicator, green, showing that we're not in tune. We're going to tune to our first station, 540. There it is. Now we got to turn the radio to bring the station in. This is 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin.
People in war are willing to take risks because they see a benefit that wouldn't be there without the war going on, and so.
So here's 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin. It's to the north, and yeah, the only way to pull the station in during the day is to point it to that direction.
So we'll be back.
You get the tone. I can't hover on the music, but yeah, put the tone just a little bit above medium. I like that. Okay, I don't know why they're playing music, so let's keep tuning. See, turn red there. It means in tune, out of tune. Cool. Go to our next station.
I'm so grateful that I found this amazing program. I've lost over 50 pounds, kept it off, and know how to eat. I know exactly what to do. Because
here's 560 WIND, Chicago, The Answer.
80% if you want, then you transition to your own food. I'm in maintenance, and I'm still at 174, 175 after I started it.
We heard singing in German in regards 7 sin. Aren't these two assignments, one European, the other American, worlds apart?
You know, I've been able to sing and perform Seven Deadly Sins quite a bit.
So here's 580 WILL at Urbana, Illinois. This is 150 miles to the south. I have it turned a little bit so that antenna, I think, is pointing the right way. Yeah, it's canted this way. So I gotta remember that. That I turn this, center's more to the south.
Everything. I am a crossover singer. I've always been one. No one ever knew what to do with me. Curtain Files Music gave me an incredible home for that. As I was
okay, so you got to be careful when you're moving your radio. I'm touching the external antenna jacks, and it's picking up resistance from my body.
Lady in the Dark, it's the same thing. It also defies genre. It's a play with these three.
Okay, so let's bring in a loop. See if we can't make this sound nicer.
What is it? It's everything.
Circuit Advantage, passive loop. Love this thing. Put it perpendicular to the top of the radio. Tune it in.
1941. And America was at war. Weil responded by setting 3 Walt Whitman poems patriotically remembering the Civil War. The most eloquent turned out to be a dirge for 2 veterans about a father and son who
Doesn't
fought
really
in
need it.
battle and are
Okay.
buried together.
Let's keep
At the
going.
close of the song,
Okay, here's 590. And this is WKZO Kalamazoo, Michigan. About 140 miles to the west. Or sorry, excuse me, to the east. This direction. Bring our loop back in. Trying to line up to where that angled antenna is. You can see it adds game with the LED there. We got that sensitivity switch. Okay, let's keep going.
Remains unchanged at 378. I'm Michael Casper.
Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 23rd and 24th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Tickets are on
600 WMT.
Stream it free on the CW app and CWTV.com.
iHeart and Capital One created a
Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 175 miles to the west.
72 hours. Capital One cardholders can get a special NFT unlocking a chance for a trip to next year's festival. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One NFT for rules and details. Farmers are the heartbeat of America. I'm Shannon Latham. The people of Latham High-Tech Seeds are proud to have been...
We'll discuss his infrastructure bill in the Inflation Reduction Act. It's still unclear if he'll make any mentions for his fellow Democratic candidates.
620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Las Vegas Metropolitan Police investigating the death of a Marquette University grad and journalist. Jeff Gurman stabbed to death outside of his Las Vegas home. Police say they're looking...
So yeah, it's got again, tuning it to the north here makes it come in nicer.
I believe an altercation led to that stabbing. Marquette telling TMZ 4 News.
On your home for 24/7 news, the Black Information Network.
Danielle becomes the first Atlantic...
Okay, so 640 WMFN, Peatone, Illinois is now the Black Information Network instead of Hispanic music.
Danielle was in the North Atlantic, about 950 miles west of the Azores, with maximum sustained winds of 65...
Like, I've rostered Aaron Rodgers multiple times, even though it stings. You gotta, again, play with your brain, not your heart.
670 the score, WSCR,
I
Chicago.
understand there is some inherent bias here, but I think that Cole Kmet
Home
is
with
in
the
for a good
Cubs.
year as well. He's not a guy you should be taking that high, but if he is your starting tight end going into the year in a 10, 12-man league, I think you're doing okay. If you're not getting one of the top flank...
10 inches of rain in a matter of hours, and more than 45 million people are under excessive heat warnings in the western U.S. States including
720
California,
WGN,
Oregon,
Chicago.
Arizona, Utah, and Idaho have seen triple-digit temperatures in recent days. That heat wave's expected to last through midweek. And the Chicago Park District says beaches will close today at 7 o'clock. Park authorities reminding people swimming is not allowed when no lifeguard is on duty. Here's the General Superintendent and CEO of the Park District, Rosa Escareno.
The safety around water is a very critical message for all of our residents to hear. Our lifeguards, our beaches actually will close.
And what are those ground rules? What are we talking about?
Well, you know, this condo is for...
750 WNDZ, Portage, Indiana.
If you want to be independent, follow the rule. You have to keep it clean. You can't use the car.
That's appear voluntarily before that. Labor Day typically marks the kickoff of the home stretch of an election year. Americans look ahead at the midterms.
Here's 780 WBBM, Chicago, Old Time Radio, Monday through Friday. 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., Monday through Friday, Central Daylight Time. If you can pick them up in the evening, tune them in.
Drop boxes and absentee ballots. Florida.
Would be. Who is it? Stuart Stevens tweeted about, I would like credit. I drove by.
Here's 820 WCPT, Willow Springs, Illinois, 40 miles away.
I mean, this is like what we're giving people credit for, right?
Yeah.
That, they didn't do it.
Carry music on 860 WNOV. This is Milwaukee, 52 miles to the north, and this is about a 200 watt station. So we'll bring in the loop here, see if we can improve. Now I notice the loop not having much of an effect, so. A slight effect.
We with family. You know we gotta keep it fly. But we gonna call this.
There we go. Nice. Okay, so let's keep tuning. Let's see what else we can find on the band. All right, we're gonna turn this radio. All right, turn it back up. Pretty sensitive.
How many of the senior officials involved in third world style, Soviet style?
Here's 890 WLS Chicago.
Be generous. Just extraordinary. George Papadopoulos, who was one of the people that was ambush set up.
Because if they don't get it done, they're going to point to the revelation. They're going to go back to the... But they would say we have the sacraments and we've got statues of Mary. I think that's the best point anybody's made on this team. Is if you remember, I guess it was last year, right? Wasn't it last year where Aaron Rodgers?
Here's 920 the Big Badger WOKY, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Now want to be traded, and what did he do this offseason? He wasn't at OTAs. He was out hiking Machu Picchu. Right? And what happened? First game of the year, they go out there and they just get hammered. They played New Orleans. Agreements, and some are allowed in the kingdom of Rome. Well, the maybe the more specific way to explain that would be Pope Benedict XVI. He in the motu proprio.
930 WBKM, Sandwich, Illinois, Relevant Radio.
Own volition or under his own will.
You got in the middle of a crossfire of a water gun fight between his two older brothers, and to escape, he ran out to the back patio.
Here's 940 WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. Usually some good music playing.
Yeah.
You got to put a sticker on that window. Yeah. All right, Larry. Thanks for calling me. You ruined it for the whole bunch.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Let's go to Zalima.
Ordinariate. An ordinary is the bishop. Typically would be
950 WNTD, Chicago, Relevant Radio again. Same program that's on 930.
Is an ecclesiastical structure that Pope Benedict.
Join us this afternoon on Central Time, where we connect you with expert guests and your neighbors around the state to talk about what's happening in Wisconsin news and culture. It's Central Time.
970.
6 here on the Ideas Network.
WHA, Madison, Wisconsin.
Come from Wisconsin Dells, offering activities for the summer, such as water parks, theme parks, live entertainment.
In my desk massage chair.
So I hear. But with Google Chrome OS orchestrated by CDW, you get built-in security with no reported ransomware attacks ever.
1000 WMVP, Chicago.
Sounds good, but I'm keeping the chair.
For proactive security, trust Chrome OS and IT orchestration by CDW.
1030 WNVR, Vernon Hills, Illinois.
Shop windows because somebody may be of a different religion or race or whatever it may be. But you can't say this to the knotheads in Washington or Madison or Springfield.
Here's 1050 WLIP, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Because it doesn't, all they care about is votes. That's all they care about. But here we go, and this segues right into the, I want to read you from the Daily Mail, and it's a question.
All the weather. Drier and brighter for your Labor Day holiday, getting us warmer. Partly to mostly sunny today, high 75. Mostly clear to partly cloudy tonight, low 56. With your 27 Storm Track forecast, I'm meteorologist Max Saparis.
This report is sponsored by Ozzy.com.
Get smarter every day at Ozzy.com.
Okay, it should be 1070 WTSO, Madison, Wisconsin. I'll just verify with my Skywave. Enter the frequency, jumps right to it.
It's like a latte for your mind. Get some. Everyone knows how beneficial therapy can be, but
There we go, nice.
it can be overwhelming, confusing, and inconvenient. When scheduling in-person therapy, it can be difficult to find the right therapist near you, and it can take weeks to get on their calendar.
So yeah, you mentioned WTSO, Madison, Wisconsin. Awesome. ESPN station, I believe.
Co-founder of BetterHelp Online Therapy. When Alana and I started BetterHelp...
Jefferson Park, 509 27 West Lawrence Avenue. Telefon 773...
1080 WNWI, Oakland, Illinois.
Elektronie delightfulpastries.com.
Music there's 1110 WXES, Chicago.
Anatomically correct drawings, so they could identify things like an...
Okay. I'll have to zip that out. These people. WISN, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 1130. Yeah, to the north. Okay, I'll keep going.
Is that the deal? Here's the thing, which amazes me about all this, and maybe this is...
Submission to God. You know what the word worship means? And I'm sure if you've ever done any, even cursory reading on the subject, you understand that worship comes from two words, worthship. Worship means to give...
1160 WYLL, Hope for Your Life, Chicago, Illinois. Christian radio, if you haven't guessed.
Some of the words in both Hebrew and Greek translated worship are derivatives from the ancient practice of bowing oneself to...
There we go. Squirrel 1180 WSQR, Sycamore, Illinois. There's squirrels on the Sony radio. Yeah. Okay, we got some Hispanic music on 1200 WRTO, Chicago.
Así como le buen amigo, usted no es...
Esta cadena de restaurantes que es así, porque luego también en estas fotografías pues aparecen las chicas, ¿no? Así como pues de acompañamiento.
1220 WKRS, Waukegan. We'll go a little quicker here. Through the band.
Planets like Jupiter and Venus don't have real seasons because their axis is not tilted. They must not have had...
WCLO, Janesville, Wisconsin, 1230.
The planet Mars, the little planet Mars, is not only tilted, but is tilted by roughly the same amount that the Earth is tilted. So it has...
Капи Кибертрак. Еще один личный автомобиль Маска Тесла Родстер сейчас находится в космосе.
1240 WSBC, Chicago.
Falcon Heavy, предназначенная для транспортировки многотонных грузов.
Country music station. 1260. We'll see if we can bring it in with the loop again. Okay, we get gain, but we don't get much in clarification of the signal. Okay. Could be a rough morning, too. Alright, let's keep going.
The headliner in the trade. They take advantage of a bitter standoff between the Knickerbockers and the Jazz that played
WBIG, Aurora, Illinois. 1280.
as far as what they gave up, the answer is not much. Colin Sexton, who's a pretty...
They got the big radio shopping show on here. Or big shopping show, or whatever they call it. I think they call it the big radio shopping show.
And he got paid. The Jazz gave him a 4-year contract as a sign.
A little bit of 1290 there. Music.
636. Giełda Pracy Polskiego Radia. Słuchaj od poniedziałku.
1300 WRDZ, LaGrange, Illinois.
Giełda Pracy, dzwoń 773.
Underground in Thailand. While volunteers work around the clock on a rescue plan.
In 2018, 12 boys
got trapped in
1310 WIBA, Madison, Wisconsin.
engineers in the submarine to help with the rescue effort when a British diver accused Musk of attempting a
With Benny and Sons Body Shop. Is there ever a good time to have a fender bender? Yeah, I know.
1330 WNTA, Rockford, Illinois, to the west.
Never a convenient time to hassle with the insurance company to be without your car.
Clover buds. What's the coolest thing that you did in Clover buds?
Clover buds is basically just kind of the youth version to kind of get you
1360 WLBK, DeKalb, Illinois. They have a trading show also on the radio. You can trade like tire for a sprocket or something. Some crazy stuff.
We actually, unfortunately, had to record our chickens because that has been we can't show them in person this year.
Oh, so you recorded them on a video?
We had to record a video. And
Did you put a little music to it? Do you have the chickens dance or
yeah,
no? No, you didn't. Okay.
No, that's not part of the current.
Turn on your old radio.
Oh, this song again. I swear they play the same three chants on every station.
1380 WBEL, South Beloit, Illinois.
Well, just be glad you don't need to fill up. I mean, have you seen the price of hay?
Mm-hmm. Throughout history, people...
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks us.
Monster.com or download.
And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent.
Should be 1390 WGRB, Chicago, though I don't remember ever hearing a commercial on there. I gotta find out if that's 1390. It's gonna bug me. 390. Yep.
On a basic construction.
Interesting.
Misinterpreted. Bring in the bulldozers. We sound a lot like...
Building looks mediocre.
Designs need a do-over.
Going too hot, that's by request. The Hollies and Stop, Stop, Stop. Graham Nash on tour with some of his old bandmates.
1400 WRJN, Racine, Wisconsin.
Headlines next on WRJN. Think Keystone Heating and AC Company to keep your home safe.
Really giving parents. I mean, they have to put everything out.
1410 WRMN, Elgin, Illinois.
Be a worker, like she talked about her dad. Mm-hmm. Be a worker. Yeah, be a worker. Don't
Which
think
really means there's no... I mean, if you're a worker, which you have to be to support a family like that,
yeah,
got to work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
1430 WEEF, Deerfield, Illinois.
Just an upper management.
Right. No, I understand what you're saying.
1440 WROK, Rockford, Illinois.
Walkout at the FBI building in Washington, D.C. I want to see, 1,000 employees.
A hint of 1450 WRLL, Cicero, Illinois. Iron Country. We're almost through. To the top of the dial here. Might be it. It's a tough day. That sounds like 1500 WPJX Zion. And I'll just show you that it's just tough. Yeah, these stations just aren't coming in today, and my Skyway is pretty hot little radio. Okay. And this thing's amazing.
But you can keep learning about the importance of Christian fellowship and hear today's message again at our website, intouch.org.
1520 WLUV, Loves Park, Illinois, Christian radio.
You can order online. The title is...
A couple faint stations in here. That could be 1580 WTTN, Watertown, Wisconsin. 1590 WCGO, Evanston, Illinois. A little closer.
7절 이스라엘 자손이 미스바에 모였다 함을 듣고.
And we'll see if we can get the station at the top of the band. So we might be getting 1620. I don't hear it. Okay. So yeah, we got 1590, and I'm sure it tops out around 1610. So there it is, daytime band scan on the Sony S5W. It picks up quite a bit. It is a very sensitive radio. Again, the day isn't spectacular. I'm not sure if it's the weather conditions, or ground conditions. Definitely during the day, it's more ground. And yeah, I noticed that this radio is definitely super sensitive. And yeah, you have to be careful with these screw terminals. I was bumping the ground here, and it was causing a little interference. So you got to remember that when you're turning your radio back and forth to watch those little terminals. So, but yeah, otherwise, awesome radio. I love it. Not sure if you can find these still. I mean, I've seen them on there. Again, I don't know the price ranges. I think they're rather pricey, but I'll have links below to the radio if you want to try to find one for yourself. I do love this linear scale. I do love the fact it has this large ferrite antenna. The loop was having no effect with, so it's definitely a nice tuned circuit. I love the tuning LEDs here, green to red, giving you an idea by visual that you are in tune. Liking that a lot. So yeah, overall, fun radio, 4-inch speaker, decent tone. For AM band, it's definitely got a lower tone. FM, it's definitely a higher pitch tone. So there it is. The S5W. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. You guys are the best. My supporters are awesome. 2, if you like Sony radios and you're Sony fanboy or fangirl like Todderbert, then make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future Sony band scan reviews, things like that. Anything that with Sony, I'm always on an active lookout for different labels. I mean, different models by Sony. They made a ton of them. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the S5W and its brother, the S5, the Japanese import. Would you pick one up? Do you like it? 1980, gotta love it. Quite a few years old. Was up to 42 years. That's amazing. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in my next video.